looking at an intense situation at this point of time, and the questions were being raised for the health minister of the state. We have a statement coming out of him as well. Tamil Nadu health minister has went on to post it on his social media profile X after this incident and said that full administrative cooperation of the government of Tamil Nadu was given to successfully conduct the air adventure program of Indian Air Force in Chennai. In order to properly plan and conduct this particular event, a coordination meeting was in fact held under the leadership of Chief Secretary with the Indian Air Force officers and Tamil Nadu government department officials, and then several times at the departmental level as well. Purnima Murli, my colleague, is back with us on the broadcast. Purnima, what exactly the health minister is trying to put across, because the biggest question is on the organizational level as well as what kind of work was put in by his department.
Absolutely. While political blame game erupted over the way the management over the entire mismanagement happened post the air show, Mark Subramanian, the health minister, on Twitter, in fact, defended the state government's note, said all necessary arrangements were in place, said there were at least 40 ambulances that were kept ready. There were doctors around, at least 65 doctors were already ready in place. More than 7,000 police personnel were deployed for the show, and said that they had ensured that arrangements and facilities were more than what was asked by the Indian Air Force, and all necessary arrangements were in place. There was no loophole on the part of the Tamil Nadu government, is the word coming in from Health Minister. Even his politics over the issue is only escalating. BJP, ADMK condemning the way the arrangements were made and lashed out at the state government for the way it handled the entire incident, and said that there was no exit strategy in place, which resulted in thousands getting stranded after the show.
Right, Purnima, but I really want to understand this, because the health minister has very clearly highlighted this in his tweet, that there were 7,500 policemen there deployed to control the security of the situation. There's always an entrance point. When you know the threshold has been crossed, the particular spot cannot withstand such incoming of the people. Why did not you block people from entering the spot further that?
Absolutely. In fact, the entrance or the entry points were made easy because people came in batches. People came to the marina as early as 7 a.m. to get the best possible view of the entire air show. So when they entered, they came in batches, and people started coming in from 7 a.m. Therefore, therefore all was well before the event. But after the event, when 12 lakh to 13 lakh people wanted to disperse after the air show, that is when chaos erupted. Many were stranded. There was no water. And remember, Chennai is still having high temperatures and humidity, and therefore without water, and people stranded there for hours led to dehydration. Some of them fainted. Some of them were rushed to hospital. Therefore, many in fact said that they were stranded there for hours. Some of them said that children were crying, but there was no water. There was no basic facilities arranged. And that is why on social media as well, the Tamil Nadu government is facing flack. Even though the health minister has assured that arrangements were made, everything was in place. They were ready with medical assistance. They were ready with there were water also provided. But in reality, many said that they did not manage to find where these drinking water was made available for the public, and many of them narrate the audio.
And Purnima, while we talk about the politics over this particular issue, we are also looking at the images of Junior Stalin sitting inside the air-conditioned shack over there, enjoying the show with rest of the cabinet. So the question is also about Chief Minister and his cabinet. People are mounting a pressure on them, to answer what exactly went wrong and how can you sit comfortably at one spot. What is the reaction that has come in from Chief Minister's office at this particular question?
Well, on behalf of the Tamil Nadu government, it's in fact the health minister who's responded by defending the state government's move, said that all the arrangements were in place, and therefore medical assistance, basic facilities, be it water, all these were kept ready, is the word coming in from the state government. So far, no direct message or statement from the chief minister just yet.
Right. Also, Purnima, just for the better perspective of our viewers, could you give us the latest count of the unfortunate deaths that happened due to this stampede-like situation, and how many of the people are currently being treated in the hospitals? What is their condition? All right, I think we lost connection with my colleague Purnima over there. We'll try to get a word of the current death count that transpired due to that tragedy that struck the IAF air show held in Chennai. You can clearly see through those distressing visuals that we are flashing on the left side of your screen. In fact, we have a guest joining us on the broadcast. We have CR Kesavan from the BJP joining us on the broadcast. So thank you so much for speaking to CNN News 18. This is extremely disheartening to be reporting this particular tragic accident to all of our viewers early this morning. What would be your reaction? Who do you think actually is behind all of this?
The first question one needs to ask is this the DMK government's Dravida model of utter negligence and incompetence? It is very clear that the state government was clearly incapable and unprepared to manage the Air Force show yesterday, and the state government is squarely responsible for mishandling the situation, which resulted in the tragic death of 5 people, and so many of them are injured and are in hospitals. See, a few days back, barely a month back, you had this F4 night racing show, as you would recall. So, the entire state administration left no stone unturned. Such priority and precedence was accorded to that. But when this air show was happening in Marina, Chennai, after 21 years, why were they not prepared? Why could they not give the same importance to this, air show like they gave for the F4 night racing show? So, yesterday, from the media reports and what we hear, people from neighboring districts and entire Chennai, about 15 lakh people turned up. And as I told you, it's happening after 21 years. They expected a big crowd to come. But there was, on the state government side, no proper traffic regulation, no proper crowd management, and, not enough adequate public transport, and not even proper, safe drinking water facility or medical facilities were accorded. Which is why, you saw that, mothers with children and infants could not even get access to water, and they could not even take trains properly. It is very, very, very sad. And I think what is also very, very unfortunate is the DMK government trying to shift the blame, and the buck stops with the DMK government, and the loss of 5 lives cannot be just brushed away, under the carpet. And it's very clear that the DMK government, the onus is on the DMK government for this tragic loss of life and mishandling the event. And I think not only should they take responsibility, they are accountable and they are answerable to the people of Chennai and Tamil Nadu for this, tragedy.
And we'll ask the correct question to DMK's representative as well. Mr. Kesavan, please stay on with us on the broadcast. I'm being joined by A. Saravanan from DMK as well. So thank you so much for speaking to CNN News 18. The largest question that is being asked by the opposition, be it the BJP or AIA DMK, is that people were actually expecting a major and a massive spectacle because this show is happening in your state after almost 2 decades. How can all the red flags be tossed aside when IAF had already warned for, the footfall of around 10 to 12 lakh people?
The event was organized in a proper manner. That is why you are saying, according to you, it's around 15 lakhs. 15 lakhs people were able to come and go without any major hitch. See, there is only a certain amount any transport thing or anything can withstand. 10 lakhs, that to do over a period of 2 or 3 hours, it is impossible to handle. Any mass rapid transit system. On top of that, the MRTS, they did not even operate enough rails because it is well connected through rails. And there was no answer. There was no answer from the railways. That is the most pathetic thing. And it is a tragic that 5 people have lost their lives. But we'll have to find out how they lost their lives. See, it was a very hot day. Just a moment, let me finish. It was a hot day and people have to walk to a certain distance because when 10 lakh people or 15 lakh people assemble, it is not possible to give them last mile connectivity. They'll have to walk at least 2 or 3 kilometers. That is the logic. And in the hot sun, they're going to stand for 2 hours. The show is for 11 to 1. That is the peak summer sun, 36 degrees centigrade. And we'll have to find out what is the reason, why these 5 people were dead. Did they have any pre-existing illnesses?
Right,
Did
Mr.
that
Saravanan,
exacerbate
but just
the death?
I'm really sorry to cut you off, sir, over there. I think it's very unfair to say that, you know, it's impossible to control such a massive gathering, because if
I
the
did not
health
say that.
minister of Tamil Nadu
I
has
did
said,
not say that.